Another day, another Tiger Woods friend named Jamie with a facial piercing. Perhaps that explains why Tiger is taking an indefinite break from golf. In our number 2 story, Jamie Jungers told the Today Show this morning that she was not a prostitute. She was in love with Tiger, and they did it like they weren't married. In a moment, the Jungers interview, and we'll talk to Newsweek's Devin Gordon about the moving van that pulled up in front of the Woods estate today. But first, the more salacious Tiger headlines of the day. According to the show Extra, Rachel Uchitel, the first woman named as an alleged Woods hookup, is in negotiations to pose for Playboy. Uchitel is allegedly looking for a big payout, which could have been much bigger back in the distant days of November when she was briefly the only woman publicly suspected of having an affair with Tiger. Playboy had no comment. NBC News has confirmed that Uchitel's lawyer, Gloria Allred, is now representing other women connected to Tiger Woods, a class action of sorts. Radar Online says Allred's new clients are as yet unnamed. Then there is porn star Holly Sampson's plea to come off the Tiger Woods extramarital sex list. She tells TMZ that she is not a homewrecker because her liaison with Woods occurred before he was married at Tiger Woods' bachelor party. The star of MILFbone 4, Staying on Top, and OMG, Stop Tickling Me, added, quote, "I resent being put in the same category as the other women." Ms. Sampson may indeed belong in another category, according to Michelle Braun. She is the former madam who claims to have provided multiple women for Tiger Woods in Las Vegas. Braun says Holly Sampson and Jamie Junger were among those girls. As we said earlier, Junger disputes the prostitution allegation, and she and her bedazzled cheek were on the Today Show this morning.
One of the guys came over, introduced himself, said, "Tiger would love to meet you," and I kind of laughed and didn't take him seriously because I didn't figure it would be Tiger Woods. I mean, it kind of became clear to me that Tiger was interested. I didn't know how far it would lead. The more we drank, the more, I guess, flirtatious we got. So it kind of led from friendly conversations in the nightclub back into his hotel.
And you ended up spending the night with him?
Yes. Yeah, he called me the following day and said that he loved spending time with me. He loved to get to know me more, and he gave me his phone number and told me to save it in his phone as a different name in case I lost the phone.
At that point, Tiger was recently married. Did you know that? Did you know he was married?
I did.
Was that something that you thought about at all?
It was a brief, it was a thought in my head, of course, because, I'm not raised to do something like I did. We went together to restaurants. When I went to the mansion to see him at the MGM, I would have to check in under my name and say that I was there to see him. He would come down and come get me.
So he didn't try to hide the fact he was seeing you?
He didn't, no.
You came here today, you said, because you wanted to clear up some of the information that's been out there about you, like this headline, Tiger paid me. Never paid you for anything, you said.
Nothing. I didn't even get a birthday card. I got nothing out of this relationship but a broken heart. There is
an article in today's paper, another article that quotes a madam, a Hollywood madam named Michelle Braun. She says that you worked for her as an escort. She says she has tax forms that prove you worked for one of her companies. She says that although she never sent you on paid dates with Tiger, that you told her that he paid you for sex.
That's all funny. I've never even heard of the woman's name.
You've never heard of Michelle Braun?
No, never in my life. I've never been an escort, never will be an escort. This is all news to me.
Joining me now is Devin Gordon, editor for Newsweek.com. Welcome, Devin.
Thanks for having me.
We will leave it to the audience to decide which category the various women belong in, but we have breaking news, even while that tape was rolling, that Nike has issued a statement of full support for Tiger Woods. What about this indefinite leave from the golf world? If he is timing this, if the timing is completely within Tiger Woods' control, When would be the best time to return to golf?
About mid-March, I would say. I mean, look,
that soon.
I think 3 months is a long, long time in this day and age, and it's hard for me to believe, knowing how important the pursuit of Jack Nicklaus's record of 18 majors is to Tiger Woods, that he's going to sit a major out. You come back a few weeks before to test the waters and get back into the flow and clear out all that media fuss, and then you go for the major. And you know, I think when I first heard about this, my reaction was the same as your earlier guest, which is that when pro athletes get in this kind of trouble, they need to get back to what they do best and win and get crowds cheering for them again. That's how you get past something like this. But I think, you know, Tiger's not A-Rod in a certain sense. He's not Rick Pitino. You know what happens to PGA Tour ratings when Tiger Woods isn't around? They drop through the floor. I think what Tiger is doing is saying, I'm going to make you miss me.
Well, I also, at a certain level, wonder what the big deal is. He hasn't been accused of any crime. I mean, this is the country where Michael Vick is back to playing football, where Kobe Bryant, I don't think, missed a single basketball game while being accused of rape in a Denver courtroom. He used to fly in a private jet from Colorado back to L.A. to play basketball. What is it that Tiger Woods has done that even compares with what other people who've gotten in legal trouble before him have done?
Well, I think, you know, one thing about Kobe, it was a very different situation. It was very damaging to him. I mean, Kobe did have sort of a nice guy reputation before this, and that was gone through the result, you know, through the course of that trial, even though he was acquitted. And I think that is that one thing that has happened to Tiger, is that the image is shattered a little bit. But, you know, I'm not sure how much that image is going to matter 3 months, especially when he comes back in April and wins the Masters. I think as soon as he gets back to doing that, things will turn around. But in the meantime, I do think that what he's saying is I'm going to make you want me to come back and do what I do best. I'm going to make you remember how much you liked me doing that.
Now, has he handled it the right way so far? I mean, he didn't follow David Letterman's model of get out there on the first night and talk about having done terrible things, and David Letterman made it a kind of catch-all statement that I think was capable of, in effect, addressing whatever was going to come out after he made that statement. Tiger's done exactly the opposite. A couple of statements on the webpage. That's it. Is that going to do it for him?
No, not at all. I mean, look, it's weird for me, for someone in my profession, since it's so self-serving, to say what he should really do is come talk to us. But the fact of the matter is he should talk about this once and only once, preferably on Oprah, someone who will bloody him a little bit, but will not humiliate him. And then you never speak about it again. Look, when you're in a situation like this, stonewalling is basically going to create a feeding frenzy. The only way to get rid of the feeding frenzy is to throw some chum in the water. Ashley Dupree has already spoken her thoughts on this. When the hooker from some other guy's sex scandal has spoken and you haven't yet, you've waited too long.
Now, just quickly, does he have to do it Bill Clinton style? Bill Clinton on 60 Minutes had his wife sitting beside him. Is his wife sitting beside him mandatory?
I think it would help, but at this point, I don't know if that's going to happen.
Devin Gordon of Newsweek, thanks for joining us.
All right, thanks for having me.